What if I told you that if you're still trying to build a streetwear brand in 2025, you're actually setting up yourself to fail? That's because of 99% of people who are building a streetwear brand nowadays, they all look the same, so they end up broke. But I was able to scale an 8-figure clothing brand without ever touching streetwear, and you can do too. Because if you want to hit $1 million with your own brand, you need to take a completely different approach. And in this video, I'm going to share the steps that you need to take to hit $1 million with your own brand. So let's get into it. Now I get why streetwear seems so attractive. You see a lot of people sharing results of their simple brand with just simple designs. But if you're planning to launch another hoodie brand in 2025, you're going to be dead on arrival. The reality is everyone already owns hoodies. So if your brand brings nothing new to the table, no one will ever care about your brand. You're just going to continue wasting your time because the streetwear game is super saturated. Everyone is trying to copy whatever popping brand is right now on Instagram or TikTok, whether it's Hellstar, Fear of God, no matter what's popping right now. But they all try to copy another streetwear brand and then compete on aesthetic, not on real demand. And they all start the same way. They start with putting some logos on some flame designs on some t-shirts, hoodies. They're going to post some TikToks, some Instagram, and they hope something will sell. This is not the way you should do it. Hoping will not make you money. So if you want to build a successful $1 million clothing brand, stay away from streetwear. The new wave of winning apparel brands, they don't start with streetwear, and that's not a coincidence. Here's what they actually do. Streetwear is not a business model. It's just an art project. What works now is niche apparel brands with validated demand. You don't guess anymore. You don't pray to the clothing gods that you actually get to sell. Everything is backed up by data, and you're tapping into validated and existing demands of customers in different niches. Today, the clothing brands that are making real money are brands that are niche specific, brands with validated demands, and the products people already are buying. So if streetwear is dead, what works now? Let's break down how to build real wealth with your own clothing brand in 2025. The first thing you need to do is to find your audience and find your hero product. You need to find a product that is already backed up by a real community and a product that people are already talking about in those communities. And clothing brands lack this because if you're just going to sell another random product nobody's asking for, you are going to end up broke. Trust me, I've been there multiple times. Don't do the same mistake. You have to tap into a specific niche and find the right hero product. And if you find a specific group and you have the right product for that group, all you have to do is bring that together and scale that with meta ads. So the first thing is you need to pick a niche community, not a category. For example, Pilates moms instead of fitness, or you're going after rock climbers instead of outdoors. Then you want to find products with existing demand. And the best way to do this is honestly going on YouTube, checking out vlogs of that community you want to target, or go on Reddit and see what products they're talking about, go on Instagram, go on TikTok, whatever platform they might be on. Just go deep into that hole and really find products they're talking about. Then once you have a list of different products, you just want to cross-check this with Amazon or different brands in that niche and see kind of like what they're selling, like how much they're selling it for, what the average order value would be like for that, or also how much is selling it for. You can check that with the Shopify bestseller link. You can see what the best-selling products are. You can also use tools like Journal Scout and see how much revenue a brand is making on Amazon. Just cross-check different products people are talking about with data on Amazon and other brands, or maybe check the Facebook ad library and see if people are running ads to it. But if the product isn't a man and people are talking about this, you just have to take this product and then serve it to your customers with Facebook ads. And the products you find this way aren't just functional. They actually fit into the context of your customer's life. Make sure to get used at spotting patterns. That's like one of the best skills to ever get. If you're getting good at spotting patterns in different products, you're going to have a skill that's going to pay you for life. And spotting patterns is something that I drill into every client. And that's one of the key reasons that my clients are able to scale to 6-figure months. So if you're serious about growing your own brand or start one from scratch, click the link in the description to work one-on-one with me, and we apply proven systems to your brand for long-term success. Now that you find your next potential winning product, we need to apply a system where you can test it without wasting any money or wasting money on inventory. So before I spend a single dollar on inventory, I need to know if the product is selling or not. Otherwise, I'm not going into it. The most common mistake I see people make is they buying a shit ton of inventory without knowing it's selling. It's hurting your bank account. Trust me, this is not the smart way. And you're also losing a lot of time. And I've made this mistake before. I had a product which I thought would be a killer product, spent some time on research, then went straight away and bought some inventory because I was able to get a cheap price at that time. Little did I know, this product was not making me money with Facebook ads. Didn't matter how much I tried, it just wasn't profitable for me. So I was sitting on thousands of dollars of inventory that I was not able to sell. Don't make the same mistake with me. You're spending so much money on inventory, on sampling, you're losing time because of this. It just sets you back. Don't make the same mistake. Trust me, you don't want to do this. Do it the smart way. There is another way I'm going to show you now. At this stage, you should not build a brand yet because you want to validate the product first. Once you have a validated product, then building a brand comes after. There's no need to overcommit on your time or your money and then make a costly mistake. So once you have a product to test, we are borrowing content from different competitive brands or some review videos or from an influencer or a vlogger on YouTube or TikTok, Instagram, whatever. You're going to borrow some content and then create some ads with those. So once you have different B-roll footage, we're then going to create some videos with those and create around like 3 to 5 different angles that we can run then on Facebook meta ads. And the key here is to find a bunch of different angles for your product. You have to go deep into seeing why people are buying this product. Check Amazon reviews. Check the reviews from your competitors. Again, go on Reddit, go on Amazon, go on Instagram and TikTok, see why people are buying it. With that feedback from those customers, create different angles and then create multiple different videos. Because the bigger pool you have of videos, the more likely is that you have a video that's going to convert and then scale to 6 figures a month with. Once you have your videos ready, create a simple Shopify store. Doesn't need to be too crazy. See what's already working for your competitors and don't focus too much on the brand yet. Trust me, building a simple store gets you far in the beginning. Don't over perfect this. Simple stores do the job really well in the beginning. Once you have your store done, the next thing is that you have to focus on creating a great offer. So the best way for us to test those products is offering free shipping and then also giving them a discount on the product. So instead of selling a product for, let's say $50, we're selling it for $40 and have like a safe X amount of percentage off next to the original price. So the reason behind this is we want to give our customers the best offer possible in the beginning because we really want to validate the product first. Once you have validated the product, then you can go and increase the price, change to the offer, charging shipping, do all these things later on. But if you're charging a higher price at the beginning and charging shipping, you don't know if the product is not working or the offer is just not converting. So once you have your store offer and videos done, then you're ready to go on Facebook and run some ads. The way we are testing ads is by creating an ABO campaign in Facebook and put all different angles into one ad set. Once you have done that, set the price to, depending on your product price, but I would say anywhere between like 15, 20, 25 bucks, depending on your budget. But then you have to let it run for at least 24 hours up until like 48 hours. That's like a good range for us. Because this way we can see if people are actually clicking on the ad, if people are buying, if people are adding it to cart. And if you're getting good clicks, but the website's not converting, then you know something is wrong with your website. If you're having a good click-through rate and people are landing on your website, but people are not adding to cart, then something might be wrong with your offer or your product page. If people are adding to cart, but like not purchasing, then something might be wrong with your cart page or your checkout page. But if people are not actually clicking on the ad, then there might be something wrong with your ads. And if you get purchases, you refund every single customer since you don't have any inventory. I'm just going to let them know, hey, we just ran out of stock, but we're going to give you a 20, 50, whatever. Come up with whatever percentage you want. Give them like a discount code and let them know once you're back in stock, you can get the same product at a discounted price. This way you can safely test your product without risking a single dollar on inventory. Keep in mind, the whole goal here is to test your product with as little friction as possible. You want to test if you have demand. You want to see if you get profitable sales with your product. And then from there on, then we can move into inventory with so much more confidence. Okay, so now that we know that we have a product that is in high demand and we are making profitable sales with this, now it's time to commit to it and get inventory. But there has to be a strategy behind this. The next thing we need to do is source our product in China. And the best way to do this is finding a sourcing agent that's already living in China and that can talk to the factories for you. And you want to get the best quality at the cheapest price possible. And you can easily find a reliable sourcing agent on Upwork or on Fiverr. Sourcing from random vendors is slow and risky. You need speed. And most importantly, you need confidence in your margins and in your manufacturer before ever buying in bulk. You don't want to run into a problem where you have horrible products and then you're sitting on inventory that you cannot move. The goal is simple. You want top tier quality for the best price possible. And here's how to do it. Hire a sourcing agent, find them on Upwork, on Fiverr. Then you're going to create a tech pack mentioning all the fabrics, details, logo placements, whatever you want to add to it. Then you're going to take that tech pack, send it to your sourcing agent. Your sourcing agent is then going to different vendors and factories in China and ask them for different prices or for their prices. Once you're getting prices for different quantities, I would say ask for 50 units, how much 100 units, 250 units would cost, 500 units would cost, so you know how much money you could save if you're scaling with this product. Once you have done that, order a sample from the top 3 factories that your sourcing agent found and check the quality. Once you have your sample and you have one that you really like and approve, that's where the fun begins, because now it's time to create content. When it comes to content, the right video can sell 1,000 units, but only if you know how to create it. And one of the biggest misconceptions misconceptions about content is thinking that you need to go viral organically to win. But that's simply not true. Creating content organically, you have to post every single day on TikTok and on Instagram. And one day, hopefully one day, you have something that goes viral. And even then, how much money are you going to make? Whereas with Facebook ads and Meta ads, you can just put dollars behind your ad and then see if people are clicking on it or if they're converting or not. If it's not working, then you're moving on to the next ad, to the next piece of content. And you're just going to continue doing this until you have an ad that is converting and people are clicking and buying. Viral content does not mean you're making a lot of money. Viral content just means you're getting a lot of eyeballs. Remember before when we tested those ads and got our first profitable sales? Now it's time to double down on those. You want to upgrade your content visuals with the new sample that you now have in hand. You can either be in your videos yourself and create some content just by yourself, or you have some friends and family that can be in the videos for you, or you can hire a UGC creator that is in that niche. And you're just going to give them like a little template of a script and some B-roll footage ideas you want to create, and just create a folder with a bunch of different B-roll footage from different creators, family and friends, or yourself. And then you want to do a deep research into your customers' buying decisions. Check out the reviews on Amazon. Check out the reviews from different competitors. See where people are buying it. See what they're disliking. And then based on what they like and dislike, you can create more angles and just create a bunch of different videos with the already B-roll footage that you have. And now that you have a proven product and some proven angles, you're ready to go all in and scale your brand to $1 million. Finally, we get to order our products and stack profits. But to start, you should order around 50 to 100 units and ship them to a 3PL so they can handle the fulfillment for you. You should already be making $1,000 a day just with your hero product alone. But if you want to scale further and faster, you need to add other products to your store. And the beautiful thing about clothing is that you can easily add more products to it, such as t-shirts, hoodies, hats, printed items, whatever that might be. It's super easy and that can work for any niche. Those additional products will easily boost your margins, boost your AOV, and also your lifetime value by people coming back to your store and purchasing more items since they're already familiar with your brand at this point. You'll be leaving money on the table from filler products and your store would look unprofessional and incomplete. At this point, you already earned your customers' trust, and it's those extra filler items that will help you to get to $1 million with your brand. This is exactly how I did it with mine. In conclusion, most clothing brands are failing today because of the old way of starting with streetwear, and it's completely dead. I've built an 8-figure clothing brand using the new wave, launching with data and not with hope. So there you have it, the exact breakdown of why you should not launch a streetwear clothing brand and how using data instead of guessing can guide you to $1 million. And if you're serious about building a scalable clothing brand, click the link in the description to work one-on-one with me to take your brand to the next level. Thanks for watching.